Oh, I hope I don't have food in my teeth. Good morning. Let me adjust this just a little so it's down in my face a little more. There we go. That's weird. What's my angle's all jacked up. Good morning. All my stuff is showing in the corner of my camera and I don't like it. All right, that's better. Good now. Hey, if you're watching, make sure you say hello so that I know. So I'm not just awkwardly talking at myself. I mean, it won't be the first time I've awkwardly talked at myself. Hey, Susan. I'm drinking iced coffee this morning because I made a pot of coffee at 3:45 yesterday afternoon and drank one cup and then left it sitting there all night. So, yay for coffee already made this morning. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Kayla. Don't they sound good, Sarah? I found a questionable eggplant. I thought about doing something with that. Like seriously, she might be a little past her day. I was gonna make baba ganoush, but then the baba went ganoush. So, do you ever notice how those bounce? Isn't that weird? I bet you did not expect to log on this morning and watch bouncing eggplants, but look at them. It's like the world's first basketball. I'll move on. All right, let's make some sugar cookies. Sorry I look the way I do. You just have to deal with it. I took a shower this morning and I didn't do my hair. It's just drying on its own. It's rainy. It is here too, Susan. Ouch. It's rainy and cruddy, and it's like, do I really have any reason to get out of this cozy sweater and do my hair? I actually don't. I have so much work to do. I got it. Isn't it a cute sweater? Isn't it cute? I got it at Kohl's for $5. I love me a $5 special at the Kohl's. I bought 5 sweaters in March, but they were on clearance, so I bought them and threw out some old ones that really needed to go. I sit in a sweater all day. I'm like a 86-year-old lady who likes to sit and knit and watch Price is Right. I wear a sweater all the time. I mean, it'll be 110 degrees outside here this summer and I'll have a sweater on inside because, it's snowing where Kayla is. All right, let's make some sugar cookies. If you're watching this live, man, I should have washed that sink out before I went live because that is nasty. I hope y'all can't see just how disgusting my sink is. Somebody didn't clean up after they made supper last night, and I'm not going to say who that was, but she goes by 2 simple initials. Um, if you're watching this live, I'd love if you'd give it a share. Bumps me up in the old algorithm. What did I just disappear for a minute? That was weird. And all of a sudden, now I have an echo. What's going on? Something just weird happened. Hold on. Okay, I'm having technology issues all of a sudden. I think just quit. I don't know if you can. Hold, please. My apologies. I need to go to. I need to go to. And get my earbuds fixed. Okay. I've totally screwed up my camera now. How's that? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, tell me if you can hear me. Technology hates me. I don't know why that just happened. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here now. I don't know what that was all about. All of a sudden I had this loud echo and my camera quit. So, okay, let's make cookies. Does anybody like cookie bars? I love cookie bars. Okay, I would rather have, don't ask me why, but I would rather have a cookie that's cooked in a bar pan that is square than I would a cookie that is a circle. It's not that I'm judgmental of circles. I just like square cookie bars. My mom, growing up, my mom used to take the recipe on the back of the Hershey, not Hershey, Toll House chocolate chip bag and make the Toll House cookie bars. They were my favorite dessert, hands down my favorite dessert. And I could totally make those, but I've been wanting sugar cookies lately, and I love sugar cookies, but I don't make them that often. Sugar cookie bars are far superior to sugar cookies. So that's what I'm going to make today. Right, Meredith? I know. I have to work all day today. I will, Susan. I'm going to go to Charlotte as soon as it's nice out. We have 2 things we have to do this week, and one of them is Charlotte. And then my husband wants to go visit a store that he just discovered is close to us. So I ain't going to tell you what store it is because I just ain't. I feel like I get more cookie with the bars. Yeah, you're probably right. Me too, Alice. All right. I should have got out measuring cups, but I didn't. And most of them are in my dishwasher because I made pizza last night. I need a quarter. We're going to do 1 1/4 cups of the Trim Healthy cookie mix. This recipe, if it is successful, will not be online, but will be in my cookbook when it comes out, which is a ways off because I'm struggling to get it all done. All right, it says 1 1/4 cup. That doesn't leave me a lot of cookie mix, so I don't see why we're not just adding the rest in. 1 bag of cookie mix. And then some softened butter, which I don't have softened, so I'm just going to go ahead and soften it like a pro in the microwave. My flippers are squeaky on the floor. Can you hear that? Do you like my fuzzy pink slippers? Aren't they cute? They're squeaky. It's going to turn out fabulous is how it's going to turn out, Meredith. My grandmother often cut the edges off to take to a sale, and us kids were allowed to eat the scraps. Your grandmother was a good woman, Alice. Cutting the edges off for the kids. All right, so 1 1/4 cup calls for 1/2 stick of butter, but I'm gonna go with 3/4. Yeah, you can write the recipe down. You can do what you want. I ain't stopping you. I'm gonna go with 3/4 of a stick of butter, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablespoons. That's what I'm gonna go with. 6 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm gonna do 1 egg. I could do 2, but I'm gonna do 6 tablespoons. Whoop. I mean, okay, 1 egg. Do you think it needs more than that? I think it's fine. That's right, Carrie. I ain't putting no 3 tablespoons of cookie mix back in the cupboard. I already got 5 open bags of waffle mix. I certainly don't need an open bag of cookie mix. I'm gonna add some vanilla because they're sugar cookies. This is the most complicated mixer. I love it, but I have to look at it to figure it out every time. Yeah. It might need a second egg. There's a possibility of a second egg going in, but I want to look at it first after it gets good and combined. know. Might not need it. I think we're good. Looks like perfect. You hate sugar cookies, Shirley? What? Have you had a sugar cookie bar? Because it's all the difference. I put a teaspoon of vanilla in there, Jennifer. That's what it looks like. Oh, I got hair stuck under my fingernail. What do you think? Molly, do you think it needs more egg to not be cakey? These look cookie-like. They taste like sugar cookies. Right? Fired. I need a new VA. Who's available? I think this tastes good. I think it's perfect. We're gonna go with it. All right. I'm gonna use this little pan that looks like it belongs in an easy bake oven. It's cheap, it's thin, but it's the right size, and I'm gonna cook it in my air fryer. You could totally do this in your oven, obviously. It's your cookies. I don't care what you do. But I think this is 7 inches by 11. A 7 by 11. Isn't it adorable? I want to call you by name, but I forget how to pronounce your name every time. I think I get it right, and then I don't pronounce it in a while, and then I forget. Is it Daima? Is it Dama? Is it Dima? Is it Dima? I forget every time. So then I feel guilty, and I just call you, hey there. Hey you. How are you doing? Daima, I had it right. I actually had it right the first time. It won't be the last time I forget. Right. It is, Shirley. No, they're not bland. If you think sugar cookies are bland, then the wrong people are making your cookies. I know I was right the first time. That's what I thought, and then I thought I couldn't possibly be right, but I was. All right, I'm going to put me a little parchment down there because nobody likes a cookie that's stuck to the bottom of their pan. All right. I'm going to take this stuff. I could add so many ingredients right here. Shirley would prefer that I add caramel, but she doesn't get a vote since she's no longer employed. All right. Royal frost. So you like the crunchy frosting, Meredith, on your sugar cookies? I'm going to do soft, fluffy frosting because that's how I like my cookie bars, with thick frosting, like thicker than a Snicker frosting. It's probably too much mix for this size pan. Press your cookie bars into the pan. Probably overpressed it. Yes, me too, Hannah. Good. Oh, soft sugar frosting. Yep, that's what we're going for. I should have sprayed the edges of this pan because it's going to burn over here, but that's okay. All right, we're going to cook these in the oven for, I don't know, I'm going to put them on 350 degrees and I'm going to cook them until they look done and then let you know how long it took because I have no idea. I'm guessing 12 to 14 minutes will be the magic number. These are going to be good, just so you know. I already lost one fingernail this morning, Kathy. I just put these ugly things on. I'm sorry. I love my red aspen nails. They're my favorite things on the planet. I love them, but this color is just wrong. But it was what I had. So I put them on. And then I'm just complaining about it. Oh, I should have preheated that. All right, let's put it on. Is there a cookie setting? No, but there's a bake. Let's put it on. Oh, there's a pastry setting. There's a proof on here. I didn't know that. Okay. Bake. We're going to do 350. We're gonna do 12 minutes. I should have preheated that because now we all have to wait and awkwardly stare at each other. Right, Meredith? Sorry, Shirley won't be there at the retreat this year because she's been canned. I want you to try dash tabs. What are dash tabs? Explain. What's a dash tab? I need another roll of paper. Let me grab some paper towels. I'm going to place an order from Sam's Club this morning because I've gone through paper towels faster than. Hello, mom of many. How many is many? More than one is too many, in my opinion. I love my girl, but I couldn't handle more than one kid. But somebody on YouTube is named Mom of Many. Those are the adhesive tabs instead of the glue. What? Is it new? Is that new, Daima, or has that been a thing? Was that a thing and I didn't know? Of course you could. Then they'd be chocolate chip cookie bars, Shirley. Of course. Not enough, she says. 5 is not enough. I think it's so awesome. People that can manage big families like that. I used to watch the Duggars back in the day before they were, all controversial. And I used to think, man, I would love that. Being a mom with all those kids to take care of each other, I would just sit and let them do their thing. I think it would be so much fun. But then I look back at my reality and realize I'm actually not capable of mothering more than one. I can barely do that. I am not the world's greatest mom. All right. Not dissing myself, just saying. I wasn't actually born with that instinct. Let's wash this out. All right, those probably preheated enough. Let's get that in there and start cooking. I'm going to guess 12 to 14 minutes is what that's going to take. All right, let me wash my pan and we'll whip together some frosting that will be done way before the cookie bars. Daima says, I've got 11 kids and they still need a lot of me. Sometimes I tell them, I'm taking a nap, survive. I think that's what happens. The more kids you get, you're just like, you're just like, just don't kill each other. I'll be back. Cindy says, and I also was not born with an instinct to create a shopping list. She's not wrong. It's not natural to create shopping lists. It's natural to go to the grocery store and just go, what did I come in here for? And then do your best. Oh, I gotta wash this thing too. I don't know what they call this. Paddle. It's a paddle. I gotta wash the paddle. Aren't you excited that you logged in here to watch me wash dishes? I bet you are. All right. So I'll start making the frosting and then y'all should vote. Okay. Would you rather see pink frosting or purple? I think this would be powdered strawberries, and I think it would make an okay coloring, but I'd want to test it, make sure it's not gritty. But my purple is sweet potato powder and would make a beautiful frosting. Everybody wants purple. Okay, purple it is. Purple it is. All right, let's start with half a stick of softened butter, which I don't have. That's over here in the fridge, and I didn't take it out and soften it. I made pizza and breadsticks last night, you guys, and it was actually amazing. Right? You probably did, Sarah. You're like, I'm going to wait until she starts washing dishes. It won't have a taste. It's going to be so small. Susan, that it won't taste like sweet potatoes. All right, we're gonna soften some butter and some creme cheese. Everybody loves creme cheese. What's that? Today is Papa Joyful's birthday, and we will be eating cookies in honor of his birthday. He will not be eating the cookies because he's not here. So if he wants cookies, he'll have to go to the store and buy some. But today is his, I believe, 76th, right? 1948, that's 50, and then 2, and then 20 becomes 72, plus 4 becomes 76. 76, he's 76 today. That's not soft enough. It is, Sarah? Happy birthday. I'll forget that come tomorrow morning at devotion, so remind me, okay? No, Mama Joyful is not going to make him sugar-free cookies. I don't think he'd be real happy. Molly, I came up with the right, did I not come up with the right number? You take 2000 and you subtract 1948. And the way you do that is you subtract the 50 and then there's 2 more. So you get 52. And then you go from the 20,000s or 2000s and there's been 20 years plus 4. So you add 20 to the 52 that you already have and you get 72. And then you add 4 more and you get 76. Did I not do that correctly? That's how real mathematicians do it. All right, let's do half a stick of softened butter. Let's not put the melted in there. Let's do half a stick of softened butter. Isn't that the way everybody does math? Molly, you don't do math that way? How do you have a successful baking business if you can't do math the way I do? Really? Isn't that how you do it? You take milestones and you go between them. That's the way I've always done math. You pick milestones and then I don't know any other way to do it. I don't think I was taught that way. That's just how my brain works. Molly says no, I use a calculator. I'm doing geometry right now, and that's enough to make me want to, you know, not survive anymore. All right, let me go ahead and soften this. I just want it room temperature. I just got cream cheese all over the 2 and the 0. Let me just use that to polish this side of the microwave. Now I got cream cheese all over my sleeve and the microwave. Okay, all right. We're gonna do half a brick of butter. I mean, cream cheese. I don't know how much that is. I would say what, 4 ounces? Half a brick. Also, I do not measure in ounces. I'm an American. I measure in brick size, half a brick. This is how real Americans do math, okay? As measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel, or as measured by the weight Right, that's what I did, Susan. Susan says, or I mean, Shirley says, is that how you drive too? You are a true Southerner then. Turn at Aunt Betty's house, drive a bit, and turn after the curve where Bobby Joe wrecked his truck. That's pretty accurate. All right, I don't know if this is going to be enough. Okay, this may not be enough. I may need to double this. This has got half a stick, so 4 tablespoons of butter and 4 ounces of cream cheese and a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to do about 3/4 cup of powdered sweetener. That's critical. You don't want to go put no super sweet in here. And as much as I love gentle sweet, Swerve, but you need to make sure you get one that's on plan because some of them now have weird ingredients in them. But a powdered sweetener like powdered monk fruit works better for frosting, in my opinion. So I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup of that. This was given to me by my neighbor. I don't even know my neighbors yet, and she brought me sweetener. Isn't that sweet? All right. I'm gonna whip this up and see if it's enough. I might need more frosting than that because I do wanna write on my cookie bars. Glory, those look good. Those are looking beautiful. Well, I don't blame you there, Molly. There's no math teachers in this house. Marin's out of luck. She's doing way better at geometry than I am. Every time I'll go, isn't it such and such? She'll go, Mom, don't you remember that? What do they call it? Not proof. What, don't you remember that principle, or what do they call it? The geometry rules. I can't remember. There's a name for it. I might need to add some cream to this, but I want to whip it first and see how light and fluffy it is. Jennifer, I can't say I do math like a northerner. I just do math like an idiot. It's not because I was born and raised in the north that I do math ways. Theorem. Look at you, Shirley. That's sweet. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put that whole stick of butter in there. And then, which stick did I use? It was this one. Crud. Now I don't remember which stick was the... No, it wasn't that one. It was this one. I'm going to use the rest of the butter and the rest of the cream cheese because I put too much sweetener in there. I like to complicate this as much as humanly possible, but that's how real cooking is done. Okay, just open the top, KJ. Just open the top. All right. I may need to add a little cream now because it may be kind of thick. I'm going to add a tablespoon or two of half and half. I know. Good point, Hannah. Enough of the math talk, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Jennifer. The whole tray would technically be a bar. You want to cut out 4 to 5 bars and put the rest in the freezer, Janice. That's what you want to do. All right, let's taste this. Oops, my earbud's falling out again. I think Apple built these earbuds for ears that were different than mine. Okay. I did half and half, Hannah. Ooh, that's good. I did about a tablespoon of half and half. I'm going to whip it just a little longer because I got a couple chunks of the old cream cheese in there. And then I'm going to do about a teaspoon of purple sweet potato powder. I'm just going to do a teaspoon. Calm down. It's all right. I scrubbed my floor like 3 weeks ago. It's not going to hurt anything. All right. This is a teaspoon of purple sweet potato powder. Shouldn't be enough carbs in there to hurt anything, in a teaspoon to raise the carbs. We're going to see if I can figure this out. Turn that. No, I want it on custom and I want it on 3. This is beautiful. You don't, Meredith? I love it. I love the cookie mix. I think it's delicious. Look at that beautiful frosting. It's just sweet potatoes. It's just sweet potatoes, Mindy. It's super high in acetylens. Am I getting that right? It's super high in uh what are the things that are good for your skin and your and cancer fighting free radicals? What's the word I'm looking for? They're high in this crinkly eggplant. What's the word I'm looking for? They're high in antioxidants. Really, really good in antioxidants. But I use it. I made a sweet potato um, latte, which is a thing in Japan, which probably shouldn't be a thing because it really isn't that great. It was okay the first few sips, and then the more I drank it, I was like, I don't like this. But I use this a lot for coloring because it's just beautiful and you don't taste it. It doesn't taste, I mean, if you put a whole lot in here, it would taste like a sweet potato, but it doesn't. It just tastes like there's no sweet potato flavor there. So shoot on stink on stink. I wanted to leave a little bit of this out so I could write on it and make pretty, I wanted to write on it. All right, look at it. It's beautiful. So now I kind of got to whip up a little extra to make, because I really wanted to write on it. So we've got to let our cookies cook anyway. So while those cook, let's move the frosting over to another bowl and whip up just a small batch so that we can write with it. Or I could just add a different color to this. I could add some, that's a good idea. I'll take it back. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take all of this and I'm just going to take this little bit and add some strawberry to it and see what happens. See if we can get it darker so I can write with it. Get you, Hannah. She read my mind. It's exactly what I'm going to do. I could add more purple sweet potato, or I'm going to try to add some of the strawberries and see what happens. Will it work? I literally have no clue. Yeah, you could put some food coloring, but I don't have any. This is my only food coloring. So let's put some of the strawberry powder in it. See if we can get it not grainy. I don't know if it's going to work. It probably won't, but we're going to try it anyway. It's not like it's really going to a birthday party or anything. This is just freeze-dried. Ooh, they smell so good. Freeze-dried strawberries. I'm wondering if I can make it a dark enough color with that. Nope. Didn't change the color even a little bit. So, excuse me, instead we're going to add more purple. I'm going to add like a half teaspoon. We'll try it and see. See if we can get it any darker without tasting like sweet potatoes, because nobody wants their cookies to taste like a sweet potato. Let me check my cookies. They've been in there for 14 minutes. That's what they look like. They smell good. I'm going to check the middle, and don't worry about it if I break it open because nobody's going to see it under the frosting. They are absolute perfection. So I'm going to get these cooling quicker by taking them out of the pan, setting them on my stove. I'll slide them back in there to frost, but that way they'll cool off quicker. My frosting, Betsy, is 3/4 cup of powdered monk fruit sweetener, a teaspoon of purple sweet potato powder, 1 brick of cream cheese, and 1 stick of butter, and a splash of vanilla. And now I'm trying to add more to this to make it darker so I can write a little message on the top. so it can be a proper birthday cookie bar. Without tasting like a sweet potato. If I had food coloring, I totally would do a couple drops, but I don't have any. It's getting darker. I'm the only one eating these cookies. Don't worry if I lick the frosting, okay? If I get any messages to saying, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life, you can calm down. Because I'm the only person in this house eating this. Is my tongue. And I'm not afraid of my own tongue. I probably should be, but I'm not. All right, we're getting darker. I'm going to add a little bit more. We're going to keep going until this tastes like a sweet potato. I get at least 1 nasty gram every Saturday.
You lick that spoon and put it back in the bowl. That's disgusting.
Well, guess what? You're not invited to my house to eat the cookies anyway, so don't you worry about it. Don't you worry. Nobody invited you over. I usually don't say that. I usually just say, it doesn't worry me any. Sorry, it bothers you. Go watch somebody else. I don't say that either. I'm like, go watch Paula Deen. She don't lick her spoons. All right, that's better. That's darker. That will make a lovely message on there. That's right. I did brush my teeth first. And they are made with love, which means saliva. That's what made with love means. Listen, you eat at a potluck, don't worry about my tongue on my spoon. If you're eating at potlucks, somebody is making chili with their cat walking across the kitchen counter. So don't worry about it, none. And you're eating that. Guaranteed, there's a cat walking across the counter in somebody's house. So you just stress your pretty little head, none at all. All right. Yes, Jennifer. We also eat raw cookie dough made with questionable eggs that have been in there probably longer than they should have been. All right. I added a little cream because this is a little thick with all that sweet potato powder. All right. There we go. There. That's a beautiful color. That's right. Darn right, Betsy. I can't read. Oh, yeah, there are some strange people out there, but that's okay. Do you know what strange people watching my videos means? It means my videos get more views. That's all right. Watch away. If you'd like to argue in the comments, I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's go. Shane wants to know if he's willing to eat it, if he can come over. And of course he can. Come on over, Shane. My husband won't think it's weird at all if some strange man knocks on the door and asks if he can have some of my cookies. My husband will just be like, well, that doesn't surprise me. KJ, who's the guy at the door asking for cookies? I have no idea. I've never seen him before in my life. All right. Oh, I was going to get the cookies out. The cookies are already out. Let's get, oh, come on. I want those to cool. I can't put them out on the deck to cool because it's raining. I want them to cool so that I can frost them live and we can all decorate them together for Papa Joyful. Look how perfect those cookie bars are. Do you see the perfection? Okay. Look, perfection. Okay. They're beautiful. These cookie bars are beautiful. I could. Should I do that, Christy? Should I put, I'm going to carry him over here like a baby. I just realized that's exactly what I'm doing. Watch these things land on the floor. I'm not sure I have any space to gently, well, I could put them back in the pan like an adult. Use your brain, KJ. Put them back in the pan and put them in the freezer to cool. All right. They are precariously perched on top of the Ben & Jerry's. Okay. Let's get out a decorator's bag. We're not going to make one live. We've tried that. Multiple people have tried to show me how to make one, and I still can't get it right. So we're just going to go ahead and use a Ziploc like a real professional. We're going to write a lovely little message on this cookie. Happy birthday. Sorry you're old. I sent my dad the most offensive and horribly awful birthday card, and I can't wait for him to get it. It's hilarious. It was mildly dirty. Listen, you have not reached true adulthood until you can send your 76-year-old father a filthy birthday card that you found at Hallmark and laughed your foolish head off like a 12-year-old boy and then said, I need to buy that for my father. That's true adulthood. That is reaching the ultimate level of adult maturity right there. And then, because you're so lazy, instead of going to the grocery store to buy a stamp to put on the card, you pay $4 to send it priority mail so that you can just print out the shipping label from your computer and not have to drive to the store. And then you schedule a pickup for your priority mail. That is adulthood, in case you're wondering. I may only live a mile from the grocery store, but I can print a stamp for $4 on PayPal. And I decided that in no universe was $4 going to ruin my life. So I just went ahead and spent $4. You did, Cindy. Were some of them just terrible? There are some dirty cards at the Hallmark. There's some lovely things at the Hallmark as well. But there are some dirty cards at the Hallmark. And I got to be honest. Listen, I am a lovely Christian woman, but I still can appreciate some bad humor in a birthday card. Oh, Cindy, going to make me sad now. All right, there's my little piping bag. And now we just have to wait for my cookies to cool off enough to frost them. I bet you do, Lisa. Why doesn't that surprise me? Lisa's my kind of girl. How did that frosting, that big gob of frosting, land in my sink? I'm not going to eat that because as much as I am not opposed to eating questionable things, I think my sink has raw chicken germs in it, maybe, possibly. So, and I know there are other people watching this video that would eat their breakfast out of a stainless steel sink with a spoon because I actually saw someone do that yesterday. Someone I know, I'm not going to name names, spilled half of their smoothie in the sink and ate it with a spoon. I didn't notice that, Chrissy. You saw that too, Molly? Did you see that video too? Did you go when she was doing that, or was that just me? I will eat things. I would rather eat something off the floor than out of the sink. Oh my gosh, I 100% almost died. All right, I think they're cool enough to, they're not completely cool, but I think they'll be all right. All right, let's frost these things. The dog heard me say, let's frost these, and now he's on his way. He's like, frosting? Did I hear frosting? Hi, Sebastian. How you doing, Sneezy McGee? My dog, oh look, I had piping tips over here. But do I have a frosting spreader? That's the question. I feel like I own something particularly used for frosting spreading. Well, I found all my straws. I've been wondering where they went. Somebody's been putting the straws away in here. I want my little, I have a very particular frosting spreader that I like to use. Where is it? Right there. Had this for years and I really love it. I like this one. Shirley, she says, I don't eat anything out of my sink. It's always full of dirty dishes. True dat. True story. Got a couple chunks of cream cheese in there because I didn't soften my cream cheese appropriately, but it's okay. Just won't look that great in pictures. I'll try to hide them for the pictures. Nice thick layer, that's important. See all those chunks of cream cheese that I missed when I whipped it because I didn't appropriately soften my cream cheese. It's important to bring your cream cheese to room temperature or you get what appears to be polka dots. Nobody really cares. They taste fine. But they don't look that great on your website. They look like there's something weird in your cream. So let's try to cover those up. Let's see how we can cover those up for the pictures. Looks like I used cottage cheese in my frosting. Listen, if you go to make desserts and they don't come out perfect and you're like, but they always look perfect on people's websites, it's because they're faking it. Just so you know. Are the Bradford Bear pears get what do you mean? What's a Bradford pear? I know I don't have any sprinkles. I wish I did. I am. I am. I'm working on a cookbook called Mix It Up. It's going to have all the THM mixes in it. I have a long way to go before it's done. A long way to go. A long way. I said it was going to be out for this summer, but girl, I moved. Okay. There. Oh, those are everywhere. Are those allergen thingies? Maybe that's why. Look how pretty those are. Let's write a lovely message to Papa Joyful on it. See if we can make this work. You're right. I did move twice. Can't see. Oh, hair. Okay, that's a really bad R. I get a chunk or something that's plugging up my chunk of cream cheese. Sorry. You. Got. Old. Perfect. Sorry you got old. Right, sorry you can't eat this. We'll put some hearts around the edge because we have a whole bunch left. If my frosting tip was better, I could really make this decorative. I went to school for that. Did you know that? Did you know I went to confectionery art school? Probably you didn't know that. Maybe you did. But I'm using fake frosting. It's not really that great. My writing is not that great. And I'm not using a tip. I'm using a zippy. If I was using a tip, I could make pretty little roses. We'll put some hearts up here. I don't know. Maybe I could make a rose live if I had the right tip. I could, you know, decorate a little rose, but I don't think I have the right tip for decorating a rose. Well, I don't know. I can probably still make it look like a rose. Sort of. Hey, look at that. With a Ziploc bag and a teaspoon and some sweet potato pretend frosting. I got a little rose. Look at that. Let's put that on top. Why not? There's one. Let's do another one. We'll decorate it with roses. Why not? Ziploc tip roses. I mean, come on. It's been a lot of years since I've made a rose. Whoa, hello. Let alone with a Ziploc. Oh yeah, that one kind of looks like a colon. Not so much a rose. Kind of looks like intestines. But we'll go with it. Who needs, it's okay. We'll put a little rose right there. There, look at that. We've got roses with chunks that look like cottage cheese. Oh, so cute. Sorry you got old, Papa Joyful. Happy birthday. Happy colonoscopy. All right, there we go. I really want to taste them for you all, but I need to take a picture for my post. And I just got frosting all over my hair, up under my fingernails, all through my, it's in places it shouldn't be. I really want to take a picture, but I can't take a picture because you're all on my phone right now. Right, ready? So, no, they're not. I'm just going to eat them all by myself, Cindy. Somebody take a picture. Ready? Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Send it to me. All right, good enough. Actually, you know what I can do? Hold on. I'll be right back. You stay. Stay. I'm coming. Okay, it's still my daughter's. Oh, wrong angle. This will look good in a cookbook. My messy hair. Get that mess out of that gun. There we go. There's one. That's what I did. I stole Marin's phone. Because I want to taste these for you. Listen, that's a terrible view with the kitchen sink in the background. Let's put that over here. Sorry you got old. Aw, cutesy. All right. Let's taste them, shall we? Ready to try? I would cut these into small pieces, so like probably 18. They don't need to be big. They would taste better, half the pan, but you don't need to eat half the pan of sugar cookies. Oh man, that one broke. Hold on, let me get you a pretty one. I want to give you a pretty one so you can really see, but that one broke because it was the first piece out, and you know, the first piece out usually breaks. Well, this one broke too, so never mind. Oh, look at my great cookies. There's a hair in the first one I pull out. Sugar cookie bars, they look pretty good, don't they? They taste amazing. My frosting's gonna melt because they're pretty warm. I'm gonna put those in here, precariously perched on top of the leftover pizza to firm up. Those are good. And look at the pretty purple frosting. Yum! All right, there we go. Sugar cookie bars. Sorry, I'm eating. There you go. They're quite good. I hope you had fun. Now go make something fun for yourself to have a dessert in your fridge for the week with my coffee. I need a drink. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep your eyes open for Holy Healthy Spring. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to do a webinar next week or the week after. Oh, also March 22nd, $15 for the class. We are going to be making honey sesame chicken, a Panda Express copycat with lo mein. It's going to be really good. I'm positive of it. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So come join me for that. It's $15 to join the class. If you don't get to join live, you do get a replay so you can cook along. And we have a lot of fun. And it's Chinese food. Why wouldn't you want to be part of that? If you decide to join Holy Healthy Spring, if you join for the session starting April 1st, I will throw that class in for free as an added bonus. You get all of my cooking classes free, but only while you're an active client. But I will throw that class in for you free if you join me for Holy Healthy Spring. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday. I love you. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time.